The following program was paid for by Latino Cleveland.
Hola, mi gente, and welcome back for another episode of Yo Soy Latino Cleveland, where we highlight Northeast Ohio's Hispanic community. I'm Myra, your host. Not only do we highlight Latinos here, but we get things bien caliente in the Latin kitchen, also known as Cocina Latina, with our awesome chef, Cesar. And on today's show, we will be celebrating Valentine's Day with some new exciting things. We got exciting things planned, so you know what? We're just going to get started. How are you, Cesar?
Good to see you again.
I caught you by surprise, huh?
Exactly. There you go.
So what are we doing today, Cesar?
Today we're featuring a dish from Ecuador. It's called Sancocho Ecuatoriano. We're going to use some brisket, we're going to use some yuca, some plantains, because in Ecuador they use a lot of plantains instead of potatoes. We're going to have some garlic, some peas, some carrots, some cilantro, parsley, and toasted cumin seeds, you know?
Okay.
And we can also use a little bit of what we call chicken stock there, you know?
Now for yuca, like our audience might not know what yuca is. What exactly is that?
Well, yuca is like a... This is it
right here, right?
Exactly, right here. It's a root like that most of the Latino countries eat, like Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Peru, Venezuela, Colombia. We are very familiar with this root, no? It's like our potato. It's the same as the plantains that we use.
Right.
So it's very, very famous among the Latino people.
I love it. All right, so we're going to let you get started. But if you can let our audience, like, how long does it take to prepare
this
a
dish
dish
takes
like
maybe about 25 to 30 minutes to cook, and it's a very good dish for the winter too, because we're gonna have this braised beef, you know, release all its juices into the broth here, and we're gonna serve it with the potatoes and actually the yuca and the plantains. It's gonna be a very, very good flavor, very good dish for the winter time here in Cleveland.
Okay, I'll let you get started.
Sure.
Okay. Now remember, you can print that shopping list on latinocleveland.com. Now you can stick around because Jay Otto has some wonderful food for thought again, and we will be back to learn more about Cesar's Ecuadorian dish. Stay tuned.
As we are well into this new year, in relation to your end goal that you have decided upon, a plan of action should be considered. Whether your goal is an actual or mental goal, one can easily become discouraged towards the pursuit of accomplishing this goal. This is a perfect time to reconsider the personal value of accomplishing that goal. Plenty of times we find ourselves thinking we want something before realizing it's not exactly what we thought. Value is in the alignment and also in the process we create that will ensure success. Disciplined focus towards creating a plan of action will also provide the authentic confidence needed to charter through the unfamiliar territories that present unexpected hurdles, which generally discourage us from moving forward. So challenge yourself to realize the benefits through the concept of the discipline in the doing creates the freedom in the living. This concept is a reminder to keep the long-term goal in perspective, as the long-term goal should never be at the expense of the short-term obstacles. Excuses generally seep in when we lack knowledge or experience that leaves us open for negative influences from others that will eventually erode our confidence. We must consider the credibility of our resources that we consult with, as these may become the most challenging obstacles. So discover a connection within you to remain disciplined in your doing. I'm Nathan Lankry. Thank you.
Welcome back to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. I'm back in La Cocina Latina with Chef Cesar. How are you?
Very good. So here's what we're going to use. We're going to grab our brisket, which is like a very tough piece of meat, and we're going to braise this meat because it takes a little bit longer time to just make it to be, get it to be soft, you know?
Okay.
We're going to grab our meat here, and we're going to use a little bit of pepper because you want to season it all around it with some salt as well. We're going to use some cumin, and we're going to just put it right here in our hot pan. You feel the season? There you go. That's
now,
what
did you have olive oil?
Yeah,
oil
I'm
in there?
that. I forgot a little bit of this here, olive oil, but since the meat has got a lot of fat too, you don't want to add too much oil on it. You know why? Because it's going to, oh, wow. So there you go. We're supposed to do that later, no? Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to just put it right there for 1 second, you know? And in the meantime, let me can we turn it off this? No, yeah. There you go. It's going to turn on itself. Don't get scared if these things happens in the kitchen, because if you just take it away, that it's going to just kind of like this
Now, is that mostly with the oil being hot?
Yeah, with the oil being hot like that in the pan like that, you know?
I think it looks pretty cool.
We're gonna just what you call get it there, and don't get nervous with that. You're just gonna. If the fire will go away, you don't have any oxygen there, you know. Here you go.
Yeah.
We're gonna just turn it off there, you know. There you go. And we're gonna sear our meat there, you know.
Okay. So you're actually cooking.
Actually
it on
cooking in the pan right there a little
Yeah.
bit. Here you go, no? Here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's searing right there very well, and on the side, you got a little fire there. It's very, we should do that in the restaurant, but here you go, you know. We're gonna put it right there, you know. Turn it upside down. Here you go.
Okay.
And then we're gonna add a little bit of onions right here on the side, you know. We're gonna add a little bit of like our peas right there. A little bit of garlic as well. Sorry.
Yum.
You see that? I went down, you know?
Yeah.
Here you go. So right here, just to get a little bit of the flavor out of there, we're gonna add a little bit of chicken stock, you know?
Okay.
Just to release some of our flavor right there. There you go.
Sizzling. I told you it's caliente in the kitchen.
Exactly, right there. Bring it back to the fire there.
Yeah.
We're gonna add a little bit of cumin in there.
Okay.
And at this point, you wanna add a little bit of what you call of your cabbage, you know? The cabbage is very cold, very softening, and it's gonna braise there into it because you're trying to make like a good chucrut there, like, here you go.
Okay.
We're gonna add a little bit of oregano in here too. And since it is Latina caliente, we're gonna use a little bit of jalapeno pepper, just put it in there.
Nice.
See right there, it's just braising right there. And we're gonna use more chicken stock right here, you know?
Okay.
Here you go.
Now we're going to have to get going. So anything else that we put in this dish?
Maybe a little
quickly?
bit of this like a cilantro just to start developing the flavors right there. And there you go. The meat is gonna be braising for about maybe 25 to 30 minutes for it, you know?
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna add our yuca as well too here.
Oh, yes.
And our plantains. I was forgetting about that. Here you go.
Okay.
And you're gonna see when this gets down, you know? Here you go. Voila.
Okay. Now you're just going to kind of stew it?
We're gonna stew it there and braise it for about 25 minutes, you know, and we're gonna what you call like just let it rest there. Now we're gonna put the lid on it now, which is
Okay.
right here maybe.
Okay.
And we're gonna just put it right here and let it braise for about 25 minutes, you know?
Okay,
and we should be
perfect.
fine.
You can find more information about his Ecuadorian dish on LatinoCleveland.com. Now don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we'll be visiting the education sponsor, and I'll be back to check on Cesar, so stick around.
Financial aid is funding for students to pursue higher education beyond high school. It's really important because it helps bridge the gap for many families and students as individuals between the desire to get an education and the financial ability to really obtain it. Everyone who meets basic eligibility requirements is eligible for some form of financial aid. Here at Tri-C in our financial aid and scholarships offices, we help students and their families when they'd like to complete the FAFSA application. We offer free assistance every week at each campus. The FAFSA process is actually quite easy. Applying for financial aid starts with the FAFSA or the free application for federal student aid. The Financial Aid and Scholarships Office is here to help you apply for financial aid, get the documentation in order, and submit it so that we can process your eligibility. The first step for receiving financial aid is applying. The free application for federal student aid, or the FAFSA, is available online at www.fafsa.gov. To complete the FAFSA, the Department of Education sends that information to the school, and then the school helps look at that record and the student's eligibility at the institution to determine what type of financial aid and how much the student is eligible for. Visit www.tri-c.edu/financial aid or stop by one of our offices. We're here to help you every step of the way. Venga, podemos ayudarte.
It's Valentine's Day and love is in the air. I have a stunning bachelor with me. We are excited to find him a Valentine so they can go to a romantic dinner for two, right?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Kenny, now why have you been so busy to find a Valentine?
Well, you know, when you maintain the kind of artistic development that stays focused, you don't really think about too much of that. I actually didn't realize it was almost Valentine's. And not only Valentine's in my life, it's been my mother.
Right.
Happy Valentine's, Mom.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
All right, so we found two bachelorettes. Okay.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
and we've talked about some questions.
Okay.
To see, you know, maybe who would be the right fit. So would you like to start with question number one?
Absolutely. Well, out of my curiosity, with the kind of schedule that I have, would she be more of a morning young lady or a late evening young lady?
Well, ask them directly. So bachelorette number one, Kenny's first question.
Morning girl or late girl?
Definitely morning person.
Morning.
Yeah?
Morning is
Okay.
good. Is there any flexibility?
It depends what time I have my cup of tea, but usually I can be flexible.
Okay.
Well, now that we've brought tea into the category,
Yeah.
what kind of tea do we prefer?
I like hot cinnamon spice. That's my new obsession.
Ooh.
It's actually,
yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Now, Bachelorette number 2, same question.
Bachelorette number 2, the same question goes for
I'm a night
you.
girl. I love the nighttime. That's when all the good shows are on.
Nice.
I do agree. That's when you can catch Chicago PD. So,
Right.
yeah.
Well, a movie that you're in.
Oh, it's yeah,
Okay,
TV show.
okay. All right.
Movie. We'll count it as a movie. We'll count it as
Why
a
don't we
movie.
find out what her favorite drink is?
And now, would you prefer, how about coffee or tea?
Definitely a tea girl. I drink chamomile.
That's the relaxing tea.
Yes, that's for nighttime.
All right.
Absolutely.
Second question. What else?
Second question. Cats, dogs, or birds? If you had to have one in the house.
Bachelorette number 1.
Birds freak me out. I despise cats, so I'm going to have to go with dogs.
All right. Bachelorette number 2.
Dogs is for me too.
Dogs, awesome. Now
We have room for one more question.
just one more
Okay.
question.
Make it good.
Okay.
Make it good.
What would be your ideal first perfect date?
Bachelorette number 1.
Nice dinner with some champagne, and to end it off with the classic beach sunset.
Ooh.
Wow.
Then that means you have to take a plane.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Because we got a lake around here.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
But we can always set it up.
All right. All right. Bachelorette number 2. Same question.
Same question,
I
darling.
would say probably a Cavs game and then just hang out afterwards.
Cavs and chill.
That's totally 2 different personalities.
Wow.
All right. All right, Kenny.
Off that, I have to decide. This is not
Yes,
fair.
this is it. This
Okay,
is it.
because-
So which lovely lady would you choose?
I would say,
Bachelorette number 1?
I need a moment. I need a moment
Okay.
to think about this
Bachelor
now,
number
please,
2.
because this could change my life
Ladies,
forever.
get ready.
Okay.
This is the defining moment.
Hands down, I both voices were so soothing. And their responses were perfect.
They were.
But man, right now I'm diehard Cavs, and if I can get a girl that'll enjoy a Cavs game,
There you go.
And I'm kind of down for that.
Bachelorette number 2. Are you ready? Come check out. This is your beautiful Bachelorette.
Oh my gosh, nice to meet you.
Cavs game.
Now, what's your name?
I'm Marissa.
Marissa. Now, Marissa, Kenny has some chocolates.
I got some chocolates for you.
And you'll also be
Alright.
going dinner for 2 at Barocco in Lakewood.
It's
Food
close
is
to the
amazing.
gun. It's close.
Our date's set. We're going.
Now, congratulations, you guys.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
your dinner. Now, you guys are going to have an amazing time. Stay tuned, because up next we're going to have in studio the great things to help women. Actually, this woman has transformed. She's just regular moms and women from different shelters. So you want to stay tuned. So check it out.
Awesome.
Welcome back to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. I'm very happy to introduce to you Debra with AlexaArt and her special visitor, Nicole. How are you guys?
Hi, thanks for having us.
Now explain to our audience, what is AlexaArt?
AlexaArt is a place where women can come to have girl time, which we all need,
Yes.
and a place to feel safe and feel beautiful and feel not judged,
Yes.
and to just have beauty take over them.
Now, I had to invite you in because I saw these amazing photos of how you just captured regular women, regular moms,
Yes.
people from women's shelter, right?
Yes.
You have a program called
I have a project in the works, and it's
Yeah.
called Pearl.
Okay.
And it means people experiencing AlexaArt's real love.
Yes.
And it's something that's been on my heart for the last 8 years.
Right.
And recently just came about, well, since before the summer. So I have been shooting in a shelter over the summer and into last year.
Yeah.
So currently still working on it and want
And
to
you make
acquire-
these women look like models.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
When they leave their photo sessions, I want them to feel like they can be on Glamour magazine or they can
Yes.
be on Cosmo.
Right. Now, Nicole, you experienced being a part of AlexaArt, right?
I did.
Can you share with our audience what that
Sure.
was like?
I had the opportunity, this is something that I've always wanted to do. I'm a mom with a 12-year-old son, I had recently lost weight and I figured it was a good time to do it. I went in there and I had a fantastic experience. She just makes you feel wonderful. She does your hair, she does your makeup, you pick out clothes, you have a fun little time.
Yeah.
So
now, actually, you got a phone call.
I did.
Yeah, share with our audience. What?
Just recently, after she took my pictures, there was some interest from Revlon. So,
wow.
Shockingly enough, yes, but it was her beautiful work, you know, her inspiration for doing it. So, you know, who would have thought?
And I love that because you just work with the regular mom. Can you share with our audience, like, what drives you? What's the passion behind the
My inspiration behind this is basically just throughout a long illness and surgeries, I decided I didn't want to stay in bed and recover, and I found a creative way to recover, and that was by making women feel beautiful, by setting up these photo sessions, you know, to have them come in, and I basically recovered by making women feel beautiful. So I gave them my heart and soul and my time, and it's really truly God-gifted, and I just follow my heart and soul with it.
Very talented. Very, very
Thank
talented.
you.
There's some amazing before and after photos.
Yes.
Where can people catch your photos?
You can find me on Facebook at AlexaArt, and you can also find my project that I'm working on, the Pearl Project, as well, if you search me on Facebook. And you can also find me on Instagram with AlexaArt or pinups. AlexaArt _ pinups.
All right. Now, you guys, please make sure that you go to her Facebook page and check out these amazing photos. Her photos are just extremely unique. I think we're going to work together.
Absolutely, we are.
She can make
It's
you
all
look
the
beautiful.
ladies in the studio we're going to work with.
And it's AlexaArt. Okay, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having
problem.
us.
Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, Nathan from J Auto has some auto tips for us. We'll be back in the Cocina Latina again, checking on Cesar, so stay tuned.
Can you believe it? Another year has come and gone, and we're already weeks into 2016. With your New Year's resolutions in place and the goals you want to accomplish, I want to talk to you about something that maybe you didn't know. For example, in just a few months, the Cleveland Auto Show will be in full swing. And you know what that means, the best deals of the year. Or is it? Contrary to popular belief, the auto show is not always the best time to decide on a new vehicle. A better time to purchase a new vehicle can be right now. How can this be, you might ask? Well, let me break it down to you this way. Think about it. The new 2016 model lines are coming to Honda, Buick, GMC, and the other major brands on a daily basis. That means dealers still have 2015 vehicles that are brand new, and most people are ramping up for the auto show to purchase a vehicle. Dealerships are excited to kick off the season by extending great deals for our customers. So, what you don't know could indeed benefit you tremendously. Have you considered buying a vehicle but waiting until later in the year? Explore the opportunity that may be available to you in the month of January and February, as dealers are aggressively extending savings and discounts that you deserve. When you're making a big decision like this, please take the time to consider all your options. I'm Nathan Lankry. Thank you for your time.
Welcome back to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. Cesar.
Wow, Myra, you
Yum.
guys see this here. Look at this. See the smell there?
Get out of here.
That's what you want to actually achieve at the end of the whole dish. You know, you want to use the braids in there and boiling. You can see right here that whole hour, yuca is so soft in there. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
See, it's soft.
So that doesn't even take that long to cook, the yuca?
No, it doesn't take a long time to cook it. Maybe about like 15 minutes to cook it at the most of that, you know? And our plantain, oh, there you go. Exactly that. This is what you want in Ecuador. This is the softness of the plantain. Our meat as well is very soft. You can just push it there. You see that it's very soft, you know?
Yeah.
So now we're going to proceed to plate this dish, you know?
Okay.
And we're going to grab our potatoes or our yuca in the bottom. And then we're going to put it down here. We're going to follow it by our plantains, representing the country of Ecuador. We're going to grab our meat right here, you see? That's what you want, no? This is a sancocho in the Ecuadorian way.
Okay.
And we're going to finish it right here with some of this nice, what you call cabbage on top, you know?
Now, sancocho is pretty popular in other Latin cultures,
Exactly
right?
that. In
Yeah.
Ecuador, we make it with plantains and yuca and sometimes potatoes. We can add some corn to it as well.
Yeah.
I heard that the sancocho from Argentina is very different to that. They use a lot of meat, they use pork, they use some lamb in there too, and they just boil it there.
Yeah.
I mean, like a very thick soup. This will be like a very we call it's very similar to the soup from Italy, which is called minestrone.
Right.
From minestra, from different, exactly that. But
now, sancocho is a soup, or what exactly is sancocho?
Sancocho is like a soup, like a very rich soup. You can use this for a diet as well. And here you want to just grab your juices right here with the peas and the carrots and all the flavor in there. See, we don't even add any other, what you call enhancers of flavor. All we're using is the flavor of the meat itself and the herbs in here,
Yeah.
Right here. And now we're gonna just heat it just to finish it with. See, it becomes like a good soup. This is a good dish for Valentine's Day because you can make it for your partner or for for your girlfriend or boyfriend.
Valentine's.
We're gonna grab some cilantro right there just to enhance the flavor, and maybe a little bit what you call parsley. And then we're gonna finish with a little sprig of parsley right here on top,
Nice.
Now you want to give it that extra touch we call of Italian flavor. You got a little bit of olive oil, but just a little drizzle around it. There you go.
Nice.
Voila. And I want you to go and taste it.
Now, if our viewers want to check out this beautiful dish, you guys can log on to latinocleveland.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Floral and Fruit Paradise off of Bridge Avenue, a Colombian-owned flower shop. I'd also like to thank our Dinner for Two sponsor, Barroco Grill in Lakewood. And I just want to thank Kenny Santiago for being our wonderful, good-looking bachelor on today's show. And I hope he enjoys his special date, his special Valentine's. And I want to thank you for being with us. And I hope that you'll join us next week again for another great episode of Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. Remember, you can find us right here every Friday at 12:30. And if you'd like to catch up on episodes, you can always check them out on latinocleveland.com. And while you're there, you can print today's recipe, Cesar's great dish from Ecuador. Until next week, live well, mi gente. Así.